What's up, Patriots? This your boy Jay from Hood Politics checking in. We finna jump in live. Trump is in Iowa. You know how we do it. Let's go.
Ever been and stronger than I've ever seen. The golden age of America is upon us. This is a golden age. This is such a beautiful term, the golden age. And I couldn't have even said it in my first term. I'm telling you, this is going to blow the first term away, and we did great. We got great marks in the first term, and this is going to blow it away. This incredible national resurgence is happening just in time for one of the biggest events in the history of our country. Exactly 1 year from tomorrow, we will celebrate the 250th anniversary of America's founding with a birthday party, the likes of which you have never seen before. 2 years ago, I came to Iowa and promised that the festivities would begin right here at the Iowa State Fairgrounds. And tonight, here I am. Okay? Promise is kept. Promise is kept. It's an honor, too. It's an honor because you've been with me from the beginning. Thank you.
Hey, I love when the Patriots get down like that. Hey, Trump, don't nobody hold rallies like this man right here, man. Let's go.
Thank you very much. No, it is an honor. You've been with me from the beginning. It was without doubt. In fact, I had some moments when I said maybe they might not, fake stories were put out there like, I don't like corn. I don't like corn. I love corn. But they give you fake news. I said, you think that's going to hurt me in Iowa? My numbers went up. I don't know. I can't figure you people out. This evening, we're officially launching America 250, an enormous year-long nationwide celebration of our heritage. It's really also a celebration of our flag, our great American flag, and our glorious American freedom. Did anybody see the beautiful flag I put up in front of the White House? Right? Everyone's liking it. Everyone's liking it. I actually put two up. I put one in the front and one in the back.
This dude is serious. This is a leader right here, ladies and gentlemen. What we are witnessing right now as a president, I would say is greatness. He is definitely the best president of my lifetime. I was born for Reagan, but I was too young to remember him, so Trump got the title for me.
I didn't want to go too crazy. I thought that would be enough. They're big. They're about as big as you can get. We're proud of it. We will be announcing many more details in the weeks to come, but there are just some of the things that we have planned. And I have to say, first, in honor of the wonderful tradition of fairgrounds like this one. This is a great fairground. As you know, I've been here before. We will be orchestrating what we're calling the Great American State Fair, and it will start right here in Iowa. Right? So we're starting it off in Iowa. Now we're starting it off at your great fairgrounds, and we're going to have a big crowd just like we do tonight. That's a big crowd. I can't even see the end of it. So thank you back there. I'd like to move the press back so they could see better. But the Great American State Fair will bring America 250 programming to fairgrounds across the country, culminating in a giant patriotic festival next summer on the National Mall, featuring exhibits from all 50 states, and all 50 states are excited, and I was excited. You know, when I did the 250, there was nothing I could do. It was 250, was 250, so I can't say that was my baby. The country happened to be 250 years old. But what I did do is during my first term, I got the Olympics and I got the great soccer, you know, that whole deal, right? We call it soccer, they call it football. I got them both. I got the Olympics. First I got the Olympics and I got it. I was president and I said, you know, it's a shame. It's a shame.
You know, I remember that too, like it was yesterday when he got the Olympics, and then he got the the World Series for football, soccer. This man is a #1 negotiator. You can't beat this man, man. I gotta go buy his book, The Art of Negotiation. I believe that's the name of it. If it's not, somebody correct me. But I got to go get this man book and read it.
The World Cup, and I have the Olympics, and I did it. And you have no idea. President Obama didn't want to make a call to the Olympics. You know why? Because he went to Switzerland or wherever, and he said, you know, if a president goes to get the Olympics, you have to have a deal. You have to be chosen. He went there and he came in fourth, so he hated them, I guess. And he was unwilling to make a call, and they called me up. Democrats called me up, actually, from Los Angeles, and I said, I'll do it. I made the call, and I couldn't get the people off the phone because they were so starved for love, because nobody would call them from. Anyway, we made a deal. I got the Olympics. Then we got the World Cup with Johnny. We got the World Cup, and I got them both, and I looked at my people. I said, isn't it a shame? I got these two, but it wasn't in the next 4 years. It was right after that and the one after that. And I got the Olympics, I got the World Cup, and we also have 250, so it's a pretty wild term. But I got these two things that are incredible. Nobody else could have done it. I'm telling you, everybody wanted it. Nobody could have done it. And I said, and I won't be president because I'll be president for 4 more years, but it won't be. And then they cheated and rigged the election. They rigged. You know, they don't even turn off the cameras when I say that now because now they know it's true too. But they knew it was true before.
That is crazy. This dude is crazy. I love this man. Yo, that's wild. He said they don't even turn off the cameras no more because they know it's true. I was just about to stop it like this dude is going crazy with that. Now he ain't no stopping him. That's why we had to put him back in office. Now I want to see some perp walks.
Remember the cameras used to immediately turn off? You see all those beautiful red lights go off. Now I can say whatever I want because then they know it's true. But they knew it was true before. It's fake news. That's why they call it. But you know what? This term is much more consequential than if I had done it the more traditional way. This was slightly harder, believe me. It's slightly more dangerous because there are criminals on the other side that tried to put your president in jail and went after him, just like they do in third world countries. And we all beat him together. We beat him because our level of popularity was so high.
And don't forget that they charged and convicted his lawyer. That is so far unconstitutional. I don't know how that chick Fannie Willis is still walking the streets. I want to see her out of all of them. Besides Hillary, I want to see Fannie Willis and Joe Biden perp walked. I don't care how old he is.
And it was high because I explained the situation. When these thugs came around, I explained it to the people. Unfortunately, I was able to be on a lot of television, I did whatever you had to do. I had to explain it. Then they say, wow, that's fake stuff. It was fake. They're a bunch of bad people, but we kicked their ass and we're going to continue to do well. And I appreciate it. And there was nobody more loyal than Mr. Kaufman, who's fantastic, and Iowa, and his son, who's maybe more fair. Where the hell is he? Stand up. Where's your boy? His son is better than him, I'm telling you. And he doesn't mind. I have a lot of fathers would be very insulted if I said that, but they're bad people. He's a good guy. He's got a son who's fantastic. You know that. I think he's probably here someplace. Where is? Oh, he's better looking than you too. Good. Thank you. Great. And I thought to myself, global warming. They're telling us what's going to happen in 250 years to our planet, but they can't tell us it's going to rain 3 hours before the event. In 250 years from now, the planet's going to burn up or freeze up. And you know, remember when they said, they called it global warming, then global cooling. They had all different things. Now they just changed it to climate change, because climate change you can't miss. How's it doing? Climate change every time. If it's cold, if it's hot, if it's rainy, if it's sunny, if it's too crazy, we have climate change. But think of it. They're telling you what's going to happen 100 years. The oceans are going to rise 1/4 inch and everyone's going to be wiped out. No, you're going to have more oceanfront property if that happens. It's okay. Not the worst. And think of it with all of the nuclear weapons. Remember Biden had always used to say, it is an It's an existential threat. He loves the word existential. It's an existential threat. What is? I don't know, climate change. Remember that? Always, that's dangerous too, because they're going to take that and they're going to say, he couldn't say existential. So you can't imitate people either. Remember I used to...
You know they're gonna do that. This dude is spot on. This guy is, man, he's a blessing to America.
imitate Biden, couldn't get off the stage, and I'd walk into walls. And I called my wife, because it's always on television, and I said, how was it, baby? How good was that? We had 44,000 people. Nobody else could do it. I have to brag a little bit, because what the hell? There's a little truth to that. But I brag a little bit. I say, how good was I? You were really good, but, what happened? You couldn't find this. You couldn't get off the stage. I said, no, I was imitating Biden. No, well, that's not the way it showed up. They showed you hitting walls, bunking your head on walls. So even like the word existential, when I imitate him saying it, tonight it's going to be on CNN. He couldn't speak. He couldn't say the word. These are seriously sick people. But now, this fall, we're also going to be celebrating 250 birthdays of the United States Navy and the United States Marines. They're all...
Hey, you know what? They better not try that. If I see that, them news clips, oh, I got this video, Patriots, we gonna post this, we gonna do them Democrats bad. If they come out and say Trump couldn't say existential, we gonna do them bad. I'm gonna give it a few more minutes. This is live. This man gonna talk for hours, so.
And I'm a little prejudiced, and one of them is going to be really great. It's called Space Force, because that was my baby. Remember, they wanted to terminate it. First year of Biden's administration, they wanted to terminate Space Force, and the military wouldn't let them. And it's turned out to be one of the most important there is. I was very proud of that Space Force, and they're doing great. In addition, just as I promised 5 years ago tonight in my speech at Mount Rushmore, where a certain governor at that time, who's now our Homeland Security Chief, Kristi Noem, stand up, Kristi. Now I don't have to introduce you later. I hired Tom Homan for the border, and I said, Tom, I want you to give me who'd be the best to be the Secretary of Homeland Security, which is essentially his boss. He said, Kristi Noem, sir. I said, Kristi Noem? You gotta be kidding. She's a great person. She's smart, but is she tough enough? Sir, she's the toughest person around. I said, and she is. She's tough as hell. I've learned. I'll tell you, a lot of bad people have learned, and she's done a fantastic job. Thank you. Thank you.
Shout out to Kristi Noem. Her and DeSantis was two of the best governors out there. I forgot that she was governor of what? What's that? Denver? If I'm messing up, somebody correct me in the comments.
But we're going to be officially opening the National Garden of American Heroes, a vast outdoor park featuring statues of the greatest Americans who ever lived. They took down a lot of our statues. They took down statues of some of the greatest people that we've ever had living.
The Dakotas. Sorry about that. He just literally said Mount Rushmore. My bad. Patriots. Scold me. Feel free to scold me and talk crazy about me. I deserve that one.
I stopped them from taking down Thomas Jefferson. They wanted to take the Thomas Jefferson Memorial. They wanted to rip the hell out of the statue inside. You can imagine who they were going to put up. Let's get rid of Thomas Jefferson. So we stopped them. We signed a law. Do you remember that night? It was crazy. And they were marching toward the Jefferson Memorial, and I took out an old bill from 1909, and it was a bill that if you so much as touch, old, because today they don't do these things. They don't do it like they used to. Today you could never get it passed. It said if you so much as touch a monument or a statue, you go to jail for a 10-year period. No anything. So they were marching down there, and in the middle of their march, I gave a news conference. I said, anybody that touches and I'm signing immediately goes to jail for a 10-year period. That march broke up so quickly you've never seen. They said, it's a miracle. What happened? I signed a little bill that said you go to jail for a 10-year period. It was a great thing. It was an old bill that wasn't used. In fact, I don't know. I hope we don't have to use it again. But they're learning that, we saved Los Angeles. If we didn't send in the National Guard, I would have sent it in the military if they needed it. But if we didn't send in the National Guard, Los Angeles would have been burned down to the ground just like half of their houses were burned down to the ground because they didn't give water that they had plenty of. I'm pleased to report that the One Big Beautiful Bill includes full funding for those statues, and we're going to do statues to our greatest Americans, and we're going to let the people choose who they are. You better choose me. No, I'm only kidding. I should take myself out. I think I should take myself out, Susie. Our great chief of staff, the first woman chief of staff. Can you believe it? Susie Wiles. Stand up, sir.
Hey, Susie Wiles is a beast. I love her too. Shout out to Susie.
And that beautiful exterior, don't let it fool you. She's rough and tough. Indeed. She got rated the most powerful woman anywhere in the world. She can take out a country with a mere phone call, which is true. Actually, it's very true in her case. And she's done a great job. We're doing okay, Susie? Looking good. We had a good 2 weeks, right? This had to be the best 2 weeks. Has anybody ever had a better 2 weeks than this? Next, to bring back our people together, through the power of sports, America 250 will also host a brand new, first of its kind, youth athletes. It's a competition known as the Patriot Games, and it features top high school athletes from all 50 states. It's going to be great. And this phenomenal patriotic sporting event will be nationally televised, and it will be led by our great Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who's really doing it good.
Shout out to RFK. This sounds like it's going to be interesting. I can't wait to check that out. Hey, Patriots, we're going to lock in on that sports event when it come out. I'm going to head out right here, man, get my night started. Everybody, have a happy 4th. Be safe. If you're drinking, don't drive. Be responsible. I love y'all. I want to see y'all in my feed. Like, subscribe, share, follow me on TikTok and on YouTube. This your boy Jay from Hood Politics signing out.